welcome back to my channel. This is Runway for contouring and highlighting. So if you guys saw my first video, this is part 2. This is where everything is more big, more glam, more intense, more structured. So if you're ready, please keep watching. Put my hair up in my fun bun. This runway part is where we go full out for everything. So I'm going to be starting with a primer. I'm going to be using the Smashbox Photo Finish Oil-Free Primer. So what I do is I press the primer into my face, and I only press it into my problem areas. So the areas where I have larger pores, I have oilier skin, which is my T-zone. So I press the product in and then I like blend it onto the rest of my face. So my whole face has like the same texture. There you go. Step 1 is done. So seeing that as this is a runway look, I'm going to be going with a little bit higher end products. Clearly well loved. MAC Pro Longwear Foundation, and I'm in color NC15. For this foundation, I put it directly on to the butt of the sponge. I'm going to call it the butt, because that's what it looks like. It's the butt. And then I press it into my skin. Seeing as this is a runway look, you can go heavier on the foundation. I feel like primer makes such a difference. And I only realize that when I have the time that I actually like reach for it and use it, and I'm like, what the hell, why am I using this like every day? Like, take 5 extra minutes. Put the primer. The cool thing about this MAC Pro Longwear is because it's like a push bottle. Not many of the drugstore foundations that I own at the moment are push bottle, which is super annoying. I don't understand why people don't invest the extra money to just put a push. I feel like it disperses the product better, so you don't have to use as much. As you can see, this MAC foundation is clearly the right skin tone. Should rename it Ghost. The color. Color Ghost. Hey, what color are you in MAC Pro Longwear Foundation? Ghost. That's my color. Ghost. Okay. I usually put a first layer. And if it's something that I really wanted to stay all night long, where I know I'm going to be sweating and dancing and it's going to potentially be melting off, I'll let it sit for a bit and I'll go in with a second layer, usually a light layer, just to make sure that every nook and cranny is covered. For my blemish covering, pretty much the same process. The Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in 15 Light. For the intense runway highlight, I'm going to go with MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in color NW20. How I do this is a little bit goes a long way with this concealer, hence why I've had this for like a while and only that much is done. So I squeeze a bit on the back of my hand. Put it on my finger, my ring finger, and then I'll do the same motion, the triangle motion under my eye. This stuff is like sparkle, like it is so thick. Go down the bridge of my nose, on the cupid's bow, on the center of my forehead, as such, and a bit on my chin. Whatever's left on my hand, I usually put on my chin. Okay. Beauty blender, the top. Press it in. This is important that you press and roll when you're doing a more intense look. This makes sure, look at the difference. Brings everything into every crease, into every pore. And make sure it stays there. I'm wearing a mask. The main difference is between everyday contouring and highlighting versus runway contouring and highlighting. Cream contour makes all the difference. I'm going to use Tarte the Sculptor number 1. It's like a little pencil like this. I probably got it in the subscription box. And what you want to do is you want to basically draw on your face where the natural shadows are. So like I showed you in my first video, the trick on how to find where your cheekbones are, we're going to do that. And we're going to draw in our forehead and our jawline as well as the sides of our nose. So I usually literally just draw a line like that. Same thing on the other side. Draw a line. Make sure it's even. Like that. We look silly. But it looks good after, I swear. I do 2 lines on my forehead. 2 lines on my forehead. I just do it here because I feel like it gives me a more defined chin. So I go like that. And then on the sides of my nose, this I have to look into my mirror because this, if I screw up, I'm going to look like my nose is like swerving to the left. So I'll be right back. So I just continue drawing on my face, as you can see. Okay. Again, Beauty Blender. Very important to blend this part. So you're going to take it and you want to blend upwards. I drag it a little just because I feel like it blends it better. And it might look like I'm wiping it all away, but you'll see it makes like such a difference because we're going in after with powder. Nose, you want to push down this way. For the one on the jawline, you're going to push it down onto your neck. So, now what you want to do, I have the Anastasia contour kit. I'm going to use the yellow shade here under my eyes because what that does is it brightens. And the best brush, in my opinion, is the e.l.f. blush brush. I've never used it for blush in my life. I like that it's pointed like that. So you can really get up in there. So I swirl it into the yellow, the banana shade here, and I press it. Don't rub. If you rub, everything goes away. And what yellow does is it brightens. So you really want to brighten the points that you highlighted. And by doing it like this, you're setting your concealer so your concealer doesn't move. Here you go. That. I do it on the center of my forehead as well. Where we put basically everywhere that you put highlighter. So where we put our MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. Then I take the side of the brush and I go on the center of my nose. Like that. Go there, over there, over there. Now, for the intense part, to really carve out your highlighter, we are going to bake it, which is the new thing in the makeup world. And we took this from drag queens, which I find to be super cool. Slay, girl. Slay! I'm using the NYX Mineral Set It and Don't Fret It matte finishing powder. You want to go with the Beauty Blender and dip it in. I know this sounds like the craziest, like why would you put powder on your Beauty Blender? But it works. And then with the powder, you want to follow the line of your contour right under it. So basically you're framing your contour. There you go. And then for a little extra je ne sais quoi, let's bake under my eyeballs. Because I really don't want that concealer to budge and give me creasy under eyes. Oh look, it brightens already. Again, on the other side. And you want to put this on heavy. Trust me, I'm not leaving the house like this. Like that. See, contour is still there. Don't worry. It's not going nowhere. And just basically places I don't want any of it to be budging. I get really oily up in there. Okay, I have, it's kind of like the NARS Ita brush, but it's Anasui. I got it from Winners, and it does the job. It's a flat brush like that. What you want to use for a strong contour is a cool brown. That is what's going to match the natural colors of the shadows on your face. If you go for a warm brown, something more like a bronzer, then it's going to look like you have a tan and it's not going to look like you have a contour. My favorite color, also back into the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, it's called Fawn. It's the one right in the middle. I have the original kit. So I like rub my brush in there like that. And I just get it on like the point. I don't want to put it on the sides. Tap off the excess. And then you really want to sharpen that up there. Okay? So same thing. This I'm basically setting my contour. Always want to blend up. It's going to give the impression that your cheekbones are lifted. Holy balls, that looks intense. Don't worry. Don't worry, folks. This is all going to be blended away. Anyways, this is Runway. This is supposed to be fierce. Get the hairline. A little bit on the sides of your nose. Your jawline. And I'm blending it down. Woo! Woo! So you want to let all that cooking set for a bit. What you're going to do is you're going to take a big fluffy brush. This is just a BH Cosmetics big brush. One that has nothing on it. And you're going to wipe everything away. So whatever needed to be absorbed into the skin got absorbed by that whole baking technique. And everything that was left away didn't need to be absorbed. It was excess. That is what you're rubbing away. Let's blend the contour into the highlight. Whew. Right. So that's for that. I'm going to finish up my face and I'll get right back to you guys. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. Runway contour and highlighting. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe, let me know what you want to see next for the Everyday and Runway series, and have a good day. Love you guys. Bye. Not like, well, Mario Devanovic, whatever. Devanovic. This is one of the, blah. This is all I got to say. So, let me just unwrap my powder here. Boing! Could have made that a little bit easier on my life, but whatever. Okay. What the hell? I'm editing this part. Anyways, okay. You can kiss me. Oh. Hi. How are you? Good. Good. Love you. Are you at the door? I thought you were like lurking at the door.